what is that, like the Venom movie where he talks about like turd rolling in the wind? Oh, like faceless, armless, legless turd rolling around the wind.
I don't know why we're back.
This is what they're
Okay.
guys.
What's y'all? It's Yaps for Jesus. My name's Brayden.
My name's Kevin.
I'm Jacobie.
I'm Sydney.
And we're back.
We're back, I guess.
For now.
After a long hiatus. We were busy, guys.
We were busy. We got old.
We got old.
I don't know what we is.
We all grew beards.
I'm not old.
We all grew beards, stashes, and just a little bit taller.
We?
Just a little bit wiser.
We?
Everybody.
I hope we didn't.
Like, I'm not 5'7" anymore. I'm 5'7" and a little bit.
I'm 5'7" and 3/4 actually.
Like, I've changed a lot. Like, I got rid of the mullet.
My foot got bigger. I was
Only one?
I was a 9.5,
Oh, no.
Like-
but now I'm like a 10.5.
Like, since the last episode, like, dude, I'm employed. I got no mullet. Life's good.
I'm also employed,
Also.
and I'm getting shipped off.
To Nam.
I'm getting shipped off, too.
Same here. She's
Wow.
not.
There's only
Wow.
one of us that isn't.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bro's going to be left behind.
Rerouting back to why we're here. Why are we here?
We're here because we're old. And we're getting shipped off.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be here. Like, when are you leaving? You're leaving, like, this week.
Probably like this week. Yeah.
This week. And then us two, me and Sid, we're leaving in
11
2 weeks.
days.
11 days. For me, it's
That's
12.
specific.
So
I have a countdown. Trust
I'm
me.
leaving in about a year.
I'm leaving to go to college for full-time ministry.
I'm also going to college to go into ministry and play some football.
I'm also going to college for PT. So hopefully we can serve people that way.
Oh,
not
I-
She's
specifically.
not a Christian because she's not going to full-time
Not
ministry. I'm just
specifically
kidding.
ministry, but you know,
were
we can still do the Lord's work.
heresy earlier. This is heresy. She did
Whoa,
heresy.
whoa.
Originally, this podcast was supposed to be led by youth students, and our audience is fellow youth students, hoping that through our words we can empower them, show them a little bit of who Jesus is and how Jesus has changed our lives and how God's using us to spread the gospel. But we're not youth students anymore.
What do you mean we?
Except for one of us.
Most
Except for
of
one.
us.
Okay.
Okay, but anyways, we want to pass the torch along. We want to raise up the next generation of yappers, I guess you could say.
Indeed.
It's
And,
the torch.
There's definitely a lot
don't
of
want
great
it.
people that can continue that on that I hope would feel that calling to want to keep the podcast and like speak life into the youth students. So I think really our goal is passing the torch with this podcast at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's why we're back after a while. Because we just want to make it a smooth transition. We just want to explain, like, shoot, like, we can't just release a new episode with, like, completely new faces without saying bye.
That just doesn't make sense.
doesn't
you know?
make any sense. Like, if you don't,
Yeah.
when you're stepping into a new season, you're also leaving your current one. And if you don't leave your current one well, you're not going to start your new season well. Catch me there.
That's
Catch
true.
me there.
That's true.
What I'm saying is here, this is a transition episode to whatever episode comes next, whichever people comes next, because we got a couple good options. We're not gonna name drop, but we got some youth students that
Some of them are funny. Some of them smell.
Some?
They all love
Most of
Jesus,
them.
though. Most of them. They
The
all
most
love
important
Jesus,
thing is
though.
covered. We're good there.
Yeah, they love Jesus.
they love Jesus.
All right, so Kevin, like, what are you excited about going on in the future?
Dude, I'm most excited about just getting this, like, finally step into full-time ministry. I've always felt like I've had that call ever since I was saved, but I kind of been putting it off. Been following man's plan, been sitting in my own comfortability, being at home, kind of just trudging along through school, not really having a purpose. But earlier this year, like, dude, like, the Lord has just been, like, cooking in my life. And I finally just said yes to the call. So I just obviously I finished off my academic school year, but after that, like, I've just been preparing myself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, just to pursue God at my fullest, which would be like actually integrating God into my academics. So that's why I'm going to, a Christian college and pursue full-time ministry. Like, I'm most excited just to continue walking with God, but also just to learn. Having conversations with people the last few months is really just my main takeaway is not to really have that many expectations.
Yeah.
Because I have my role here in the church. Obviously, I'm not going to have that role over there, and I think that's going to be something that's hard for me. So I think the biggest thing for me is just to focus on learning, just focus on soaking everything in. And if I really do trust in God's plan that this is what he has for me, then he's going to open doors at the right time for me. I actually was saying this at summer camp a few weeks ago. The concept of daily bread is what me and the Lord have been wrestling with this entire summer. And basically, when Jesus charges his disciples with praying to receive the daily bread, you're not praying to receive your weekly bread. You're not praying to receive your monthly bread or your yearly bread. And you're not praying for yesterday's bread or tomorrow's bread, but you're praying for your today's bread, your daily bread. And if you do really trust God with your life and you do trust God with your calling, then you also got to trust God that whatever he has for you today is enough. Like God gives you enough to chew on. Basically what I'm saying with that is the opportunities that will come my way will come at a time when I'm ready for it, when God knows that I'm ready to receive that opportunity. And I know that's not going to come right away, especially in this walk where I have to just take things slow and, soak in every single moment and soak in every single thing that I have to learn, So I'm just so excited just to learn, and to grow. Yeah. I could ask the same of you as well. You're going a little bit further than me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of what you said, it also being a Christian school, then wanting to go into ministry is kind of the same for me. I would say the opportunities is a really big thing. Like, it's just something I've always felt called to go into missions, into that ministry. And I think where I'm stepping into, it's just the endless opportunities I have to just continue to grow in that. And I mean, like going to a new church and serving in that, meeting new people that also have that call into ministry, and just growing in that and meeting new people. I mean, already, like, whenever I see emails and stuff, like I got a couple emails today and a letter in the mail from one of the guys that does ministry at the school, and was kind of like, hey, we're going to do a breakfast for some of these like people that want to go into ministry. And it was just like really exciting for me because it's like, I really am stepping into this. Like, it's something I always dreamed about, kind of what you said. And now it's actually happening. And it's crazy to think like how much God has blessed me, like how abundant he has been in my life, especially on the top of that, like playing sports. Like, it's always been a dream of mine to play college sports, and also being able to do that while actually stepping into something that I'm super passionate about, going into ministry, like doing two things I'm so passionate about, and having those opportunities is amazing. And so I'm really excited for the opportunities to actually step into what I've always wanted to step into. And like, it's starting to get really real, and it's amazing, a little scary, and at the same time, I'm super thankful.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. But, the last couple months, like leading up to this big change, like how have you like prepared yourself?
Yeah. I think for me, it's been prayer, and also, a little bit of like battling with that. Like, I think sometimes I can get so into my head. I can get so into like a cycle of like, kind of what I said, like I'm not ready, or like I feel unworthy. Like, there's days I'll go where I'm like, I hadn't read my Bible on that day, and I kind of wasted like daily bread, and I'll feel like the Lord isn't just like a weekly bread or a monthly bread. Every single day he brings something new for us. And so trying to prepare myself to just be immersed in him always, it's tough because, as I said, with the discipline part, like, you don't sometimes in past experiences with the Lord, like sometimes I've so much relied on my feelings or emotions that when I don't feel that, then it becomes a struggle to connect with him. And so being able to connect with him more, like, and with these opportunities and going into ministry, it's like, it's not always going to feel like yippee. It's not going to feel like a great day.
Mm-hmm.
It's some days it's going to feel like, all right, why am I doing this? Like, nothing's moved, nothing's happened. And yet he's still good throughout that. So preparing myself for the joys and the lows, the exciting days and the days that I don't want to do anything.
Mhm.
That's kind of been where I'm preparing myself spiritually, mentally, athletically, like all of that. All of it has been geared toward that. And even then, I'll say, even right now, like I feel ready and I'm not ready at the same time. And I think that's a good thing and also a bad thing, but I'm really excited about it.
Mhm.
So far from me and Kevin, you've heard about college, but what about you, Jacobie, going into your final year of high school?
Yeah,
What are you
I
doing?
mean, I think I'm definitely in like a different but similar position to you guys because at camp, they really preached about being campus missionaries. I almost said ministries, campus missionaries. And obviously that can apply to all of us because we're all still going to a campus. But for me, it really hit home that like, I don't just go to school every day. Like last year, not a great year for me, but I was just going to school and going home. I wasn't like talking to anyone, especially towards the end of the year. I went to school, did my work, and went home. But I think for this year, God's really put it on my heart, like, there's people there who, like, need love and need to be reached. And so I think that's definitely what I'm going to be focusing on. And then with that, a lot of opportunities here in youth group still with, like, just seeing the change in me personally from leading worship last year at this time to now is, like, crazy. I have gained so much confidence in the Lord. It wasn't like, oh, I'm so much better. It's, oh, I can do this because of Jesus. And I am so thankful for that. And I'm really thankful for the opportunities I've been given and the new ones that are coming very soon. And so I think that's really what I'm looking forward to right now.
I would like to honor our sponsors.
What
We don't have any sponsors.
We have sponsors.
We're sponsored by the Holy Spirit. Actually, we're not just sponsored. Like he lives on the inside of us.
Ooh.
Does that mean we're always sponsored?
We're always sponsored.
A lifetime sponsorship.
It is a lifetime sponsorship. That's true.
If you
All
accept
right,
him.
Sydney.
Is
Sydney.
it my turn?
For $5 a month.
In a second.
Sydney.
Hold
I
up.
said Sydney.
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 You're looking forward
Is it
to.
Sydney's turn? Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a pretty big transition for me because, I mean, I've gone to a private Christian school for 12 years and going from that to a pretty secular school, it's a big change. But I think one thing that it's going to give me a new opportunity to do is just be a light, I think, in a new way. Because I think when you're kind of, again, at a Christian school, there's a lot of light around you and you don't really get to stand out as much in that way. So I think just going to, a more secular place will just give me a better opportunity to, shine God's light as a Christian and kind of just give me new ministry opportunities. And like, kind of like you said, being a student, campus missionary.
There you go.
I think
I mean,
just,
student missionary would have worked. Would have worked.
it would have worked. You know, it kind of works. I think, I'm just looking forward to having those new opportunities and just connecting with new people and even just like the new like fellowship opportunities too, just with new Christians. And I think over the past few months, it's been a little scary thinking about it. Again, big transition. But I think I've just been reading through Psalms lately. And honestly, like God's timing is so perfect because I've been reading through the whole Bible. But I know like he wanted me to read Psalms at this time because like encouragement and just like the encouragement I've just received from it has been like perfect for right now as I'm about to enter this new chapter, whether it's like, again, it's a very different place, lots of secular influences but like what I've just received a lot is as long as I continue to seek God and truly just seek him, he will never leave me. He will never forsake me. He won't ever just leave me stranded by myself in a situation that I can't handle. So I think just having that encouragement has been really cool and I'm excited to see what I get to do. But yeah, I guess that's my spiel.
Before this podcast, Sydney was telling me like, what if I don't have anything to say? Like, I don't think I have anything to say, bro. She just spat bars, bro. Straight from the spirit right there. Catch that.
Acts like she's nervous and then
Act like she's
proceeds to
nervous.
talk.
Like she's like, dude.
Bro,
It's a joke. It's all
it's
a
a joke.
scam.
Sure. 100%.
That's what the Holy
She
Spirit
wants
does,
you to
bro.
expect less so that she can do more.
So I can just exceed your set the bar low, you know? That's a good.
Set the bar low so you can just
really low
blow the expectation out the water.
in my squeaky chair.
It's really
crazy.
squeaky.
That's true. Well, all of us, at least us three, have talked about like actually just going into a new journey. And we also noted it earlier that obviously we're going to be leaving the pod and transitioning it to someone else. Hopefully they're even better than us. So kind of what do you want to see with the podcast in the future? Like what, future plans, if you could look and be like, this is what I want with the podcast or you hope the Lord would want with the podcast, what would it be?
Well, first of all, I want to preface it with this. I think our is it predecessors or is it What's that? No, that's
What?
before. What's the word for after? The people after us.
Our
Brain's not working.
disciples.
Sorry, guys.
Most of us graduated high
The
school.
people after us, they're going to be quite a bit younger than we were, even like at this point last year. And if there's anything I've learned from summer camp is that younger people can really like bring like a fresh perspective to things. Like I was literally like having a Bible study with this random kid somewhere in Psalms, and I was like telling him like things I observed, and he was telling me things that he observed, and I'm like, dude, I couldn't even think of those things like from like such like a different perspective. And it's like that's what I hope for like the people coming after, the kids coming after us, is to just bring a fresh perspective to things. And they're gonna have different backgrounds than us too. So I'm just hoping that they're not just gonna repeat everything we say, but just to show that even with like everybody's different backgrounds, it's still the same God working in us, and it's still the same God that that saves us. It's still the same Holy Spirit. Honestly, it's just the fresh perspectives. Honestly, for me, is the biggest thing I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the direction they go as well. I think, as you said, they're probably going to be like younger, and with that comes completely different, ways of thinking and seeing how God works, and also communicating with people differently. I think for most of us, being that we were older group on the podcast, most of us were thinking about those next steps, or next steps, future plans, and kind of having a little more experience with walking in the Word and walking with the Lord. And with these people that were coming up next, I think they'll maybe not as much experience, but they're almost going to be like learning with you guys. And I think the youth, like young youth perspective is always amazing, because I think it's just like you're constantly learning about how the Lord is using you, and you're seeing Him use you in ways you can't even imagine, ways you don't even think. I mean, I remember when I was in middle school, I don't think I even understood how much the Lord was using me. And then looking back on it, it's like, wow. And so I hope with the next people that are up, I think whether they're like young high schoolers or even middle schoolers, I think they'll just have a completely different perspective on how the Lord is using them. And I think they're going to say a lot of different stuff and communicate to everybody in a different way.
Yeah, that's good. I think for me personally, since I'll still be around, I'm excited to see the connections they make, because for me, I know that I'd be walking around school and people would be like, oh, how's the podcast going? And it branched out like crazy, which was just so cool to see. So I'm really happy to like see how that's going to work in their lives, because I'm just excited to see growth in them and how like these connections and relationships are going to be made, because I know that they can do it, and I know that they can do it well.
I guess, yeah. I mean, for me, I think I just hope they don't let their age define them. I mean, just because they're younger does not mean that they should hold back at all, and they should just like really get it all out there. Like, don't be afraid to explore topics and stuff. And I think like we're old enough to where a lot of like the more well-known, podcast people like are similar to our age, but I think having some younger demographic might be really cool, just to reach out.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
I don't know, slightly younger generation, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited to see who they reach. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but like there's people at the school that I'm going to that know about Yaps for Jesus.
Bro, that's actually
same here,
what the
actually.
heck?
And like I had never said anything, and they just knew. And it's crazy, because you're like, wow, it really reached that far. And sometimes you don't see that, but then eventually you do, and you're like, wow. And so I think we probably already kind of hit on this, but just like who they're going to reach, it's going to be crazy.
I mean, I think who you can reach can bring a lot of people in, especially to our youth group. And so what do you guys expect? I know you won't be here to see it, but what growth and changes do you expect to see in the future?
That was a fire transition.
That was smooth.
An out of 10 transition.
Dude, that was like 11 out of 10.
Thank you.
11 out of like.
So are we going to like answer the question now, or?
Eventually.
What do I want to see
ponder on it.
from the youth group? Well, I was having a conversation with our director earlier today about like how we want to really focus on this spiritual growth of our students. And one way that we've done that is through like a student leadership team. Because if we were to have a team, a youth group that's fully run by us unks, then it's going to feel more like a classroom than it is like a youth group. And I think it's a good way to get them to step into leadership so that they're somewhat prepared, past graduating. But I think like with like our group gone, like they can really like start to step into like taking full responsibility and independence for like the leadership in the youth group. I'm just excited to see like how the concept of like student leadership will grow, because I think it's a great idea. Right now, it's still kind of in its like we're still like kind of trying it out, and it's like it's had success for sure. But I really think like once we're gone, it'll start to take off, because it's like a completely different dynamic. Like once we're gone, because we were the examples for them. Now they have to like kind of like fill in our spot and learn to be examples for other students. It is a cycle, really. So
Yeah, when I think of youth and what I want to see, I have 3 growths. I have spiritual growth, community growth, and then worldly growth. Not worldly like world, but like the world. And so I want to see, obviously, you know, the youth group itself personally grow, but those people's spiritual lives, and with the people that already have there, whether it be on the pod or new people that get invited, I want to see them spiritually grow into stronger individuals for the Lord in their schools. And that's also ties in with community growth in their schools and their sports. I think when you build that foundation, the next thing is you continue just to build up. And so the next level of that foundation is the community, you know, those people around you, school, sports, family, just all of Missoula, Montana. And then there's the world, and that's like, you know, reaching out to, you know, going on missions trips, or, you know, using your talents. Well, that doesn't have to be ministry, but whatever that is you feel called to, and to go out into the world. That's youth is supposed to build that foundation. And that's really the goal, is building that foundation, one growth at a time. And I think with the people that we have going right now, and the people that Lord willingly will continue to grow and see, I think I just don't see how it can't just grow like that. I think it's very simple, but it's very true. I think for most of us, that's kind of what happened to us. I think, you know, we started with our personal spiritual growth, and then into our community and our friends, our family. And now for most of us, we're just going out into the world.
Going out. We're dispersing.
Yeah. You guys kind of talked about this, but I'm really just excited to watch them like personally grow and see them step up into that next level, and just see where God takes them, because I know that there's like big plans for their lives. Like there's this one girl in particular that I can think of, she is just filled with joy, like all the time. She got a concussion and she is still showing up, laughing, like jumping around, being the sweetest girl ever. And I'm just like so excited to see them grow and just step into their futures and be able to support them along the way.
Yeah, me too. I mean, there's this one kid in our youth group that I actually got to be his youth leader at camp earlier this summer. And basically, like at altar time, like I just found him in the very, very back of the sanctuary, just like crying his eyes out. And I got to minister to him, but like he got his calling from the Lord, and he got his calling, but he doesn't quite know like what the path's gonna look like to get there. So I'm curious, like every once in a while, like I'll make a little guest return back here, and just to see how much he's grown, you know, because I can see the fire that's inside him. And this kid is young, dude. And it's like, it was such a beautiful thing. Like I'm literally like praying over him, and I'm like looking up at the ceiling. I'm like, God, this is the most beautiful thing in the entire universe. Like seeing somebody with such fire, with such passion, yet be so young, you know? And I'm just so grateful that I got to minister to him in that moment. And I'm just so excited to see like where God's going to take him. You know,
I guess for me, just like what this youth group is hopefully going to look like. I mean, just growing in numbers would be cool, just to bring more of the community in, and also just being a really unified group, because I think that's just so important, especially in like fellowship way. I don't know, just being unified is so good. And I think over the past couple of years, I've just really learned how important fellowship is. So I'm just really hoping that they can just connect with each other within the youth group and just build those bonds, so that hopefully they last a lifetime. And I think, just having just fellow Christians and supporters around you is really important. So, I mean, you guys kind of hit everything else. Not
we
gonna
all
lie.
started in youth group somewhere.
Exactly.
Now
That's
look at
very
us.
true.
Yeah.
Crazy how that works, isn't it?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Youth
being
group,
the
community, find community in worship. Youth worship night, August 27th here at CLC. All
That's good
youth
promotion.
groups are invited.
Ooh,
Every single youth.
we're very,
And not just
very
youth either.
excited
Like
for
if
this.
you're an UNC, you can come too. But the worship team is going to be mainly youth led.
Yeah.
So, yeah, come pull up.
And on
August
top of that,
27th.
if you're like, hey, I want to be a part of that youth group that's growing, Reality Youth, 6:30 every Wednesday. Come
Every
on.
Wednesday.
Please.
It's pretty fire.
Please.
CLC Missoula.
And if you want to like join the
And-
worship team too on youth group, we have worship.
Yo,
join us.
There's open
need some
spots.
We
people,
need-
bro.
we
There's
need
some
some
open
people.
spots.
There's some open
Some
spots.
people-
Some people
We're-
are
Some
we're-
people are
leaving.
some
bigger and better
people,
things.
some people are leaving the gap.
And some people have been doing it every week for like I don't know how many months in a row.
Some
So-
people
A
are
lot.
leaving the
Sometimes
gap
a
wider
sub
than,
might be
wider
nice,
than
a
the
little
gap
bit of a
between my
break.
two front teeth. So we need
Yeah.
people to fill that gap.
You know
So-
how to play an instrument? We really need you right now. We have some vocalists, and we want more vocalists, but if you know how to play an instrument,
Worship workshop.
What we're trying to
6:30
say,
on Monday.
a little more
is
alive.
everyone is welcome. Please join us.
Please.
Oh, I have another thing I'm excited for in our youth
Oh,
group.
yes.
We have this thing called Sit With Us Sunday. Except it's never Sit With Us Sunday. It's Sit With Me and Rachel Sunday because no one shows up.
that's not true. I sit there.
I
I
sit
sit
there
there.
most Sundays.
Actually, I've been
when
sitting
I'm
there
not
the longest
working.
time.
So what I'm trying to say is
there
I'm
4
excited to
years.
see these youth students really commit their lives to God and not just show up on Wednesday nights and just have fun, but to show up to church and to really just be poured into every single day.
You can't just get
Take our
Jesus on a
spots in the
Wednesday.
front row.
Have that Monday morning faith.
SEU worship.
Got a Monday. What? Huh?
We're
just got
good.
copyrighted.
We're done.
We're getting sued.
That was my audition to SEU. Please, please. Red Rocks too.
I was gonna say Red Rocks.
How did
you
that
watching?
concert, or not just, it wasn't just a concert, but how did that like moment affect you guys? Because I feel like for me, it kind of was like a stepping stone for this summer.
It was for sure a stepping stone.
100%.
What was that? June 26th? It was either 26 or 27 because I wrote it down in my notebook.
okay.
You remembered it. Okay.
So like, what
because
happened?
because Corey Miller. Okay.
Corey Miller.
Okay. Whoa, hold up. Relax.
This is Heresy Week's
Relax.
Corey
Relax for a second. Relax for a second.
Three
I
different
love Corey Miller because
Whoa.
not.
Corey Miller is one of the lead singers for Red Rocks Worship. If you know the song Good Plans, that's Corey Miller.
That's Corey Miller. I love his voice, but I also love his leadership in between songs. Just look at their Air One set.
Romance.
But, anyways, he got to just pray over me, and I just got some advice for him, like me stepping into my calling. Like I want to be a worship pastor, and basically, like I asked him for advice. Basically, he just tells me, just be a worship pastor. Just let that.
Just do it.
Just do it. Honestly, just do it.
Copyright. Nike's coming for us.
Copyrighted right there. Just do it and just let the fire like burn. Like I got this such like fire, this desire in my heart to just lead and just to lead, man. Like I love doing it. And he just told me just do it. Honestly, just really just trust. Again, back to what I was saying earlier in the pod, like really just trust God's plan. And even though it may not look like it right now, you're still getting your daily bread. You know,
Yeah.
and just to let that fire burn. And ever since then, like I've literally just been consuming that fire. Like I've literally just been doing what I can to prepare, not in like a legalistic sense, but in the sense of just like, I just got to do it just because I want to, you know? And I was talking to somebody else about this, like about calling. Like for me, my calling didn't just drop out of the sky or like I didn't audibly hear a voice. If I audibly heard a voice, I'd be in like the psych ward right now or something. But, there's 3 P's when it comes to your calling. It is passion, purpose, and proficiency. So first you got to like something, but then you also got to be good at that something. And that something's got to have some purpose. So like, I love playing basketball, but I ain't the best at it. So I don't think that's my calling. So, you know, like me, like leading worship, like especially like in youth, like I love it. And not like in a prideful sense, but like I'm good. I'm pretty good at it. I'm solid. I'm at it. The Godfidence, and it's got purpose. So I mean, the 3 P's it checks off. It's not like a solid category, but like you know, it's solid guidelines for somebody's calling. But that night was pretty special for me, honestly. Like I just got to meet the Lord and meet my favorite worship leader, Corey Miller. Please follow me back on IG, please. But what about y'all? Y'all were
Yeah. Well, for some context, on June 28th, Red Rocks Worship came to the
Was it 28th?
great. Yeah, June 28th.
I thought it was
Was it
26.
28th?
I think it was June 26th.
It was an even
June
number.
26th.
Dang it. I guess he was right. I don't know why I was thinking June
It's
28th.
in my journal, bro. I have it written down.
All right.
6/26/24 5.
24.
That was a good, that was a good
Rewind.
rabbit
We're
trail.
a year off, but it's
Anyways.
all right.
It's all right.
June 26th, Wow.
Didn't
June
know anything.
26th, in the great Big Fork, Montana. Redworks. Wow. I can't.
What he's trying to say is Red Rocks Worship held a concert at Crosspoint Church in Big Fork, Montana, and we went to it.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying
Yes,
to say?
that's where I
We
was
went to
going.
it and we tore it up. Front row worship.
Front row.
We were front row.
Mosh pit kind of thing.
But I think for me, it was. I think at that time I was kind of like in one of those very dry spots, like, just kind of going through the motions, trying to stay disciplined, but at the same time, like, I was kind of struggling with the fact that I knew that the upcoming month I was going to be, being a leader and being at camp and kind of trying to being older, being someone that is looked up to, whether that's just being an unk, honestly,
Unk status.
just being Christian unk. And I felt like I wasn't really prepared at all and just felt kind of like dry and not ready for that. I think the Red Rocks worship was just a really good moment to like kind of reconnect myself to the fact that you don't really need moments of feelings to know that you're with the Lord, but I think it just showed me that the Lord is always constantly working. And you gonna make it, bro?
I'm fine. No, I'm chilling. I'm good.
Those two are like on the verge of like.
Keep going, Brayden. You're good.
Almost 24/7. But yeah, I think it just really helped me reconnect with and kind of just helped me light that flame to have a great month of July and just constantly just kind of speaking to people's lives
July
and
was so
also
good.
just have the Lord speak into my life. And I think that was kind of like the start of it. Being able to be there with all my friends and just praising the Lord. Wow.
You're next, bro.
Just,
I am not
next. And just praising the Lord was awesome. And they just being there with all ages, just praising the Lord and seeing how good He is just an amazing thing. And
Yeah, I think for me, there was this one moment where like in the middle, so they did like a big intro and it was like really like big and flashy, like not in like a bad way, but then like towards the middle, they kind of slowed down and everyone sat down and they spoke about their testimonies. And then after each person like spoke about their testimony, they would do a personal song. And just getting to see that, it was more like, for me, it was like eye-opening that you're not, like obviously I've kind of known this, but it like reaffirmed it in my heart that you're not just leading worship for people, but it's also your personal connection with the Lord.
yeah.
And that's what they really showed me that night. It was like, it was really eye-opening to see that in them.
Lead by worshiping.
Yeah, for me, I think at that point I was like, that was a time of uncertainty again, just for like this next chapter. I was kind of just scared about all this stuff. Like, I don't know, I was going to be surrounded by and just falling away. And I think it's the song, There's No Way. Is that what it's called?
Oh,
There's no way.
That song
I
was
love
like,
that
hey, there's
song.
no way his promises can fail. Never have, never will.
Yeah.
And I think just, getting that was just so reassuring. And I think I was also kind of in a dry spot at that point. And I think that just kind of relit the fire a little bit
Yeah.
and kind of, just gave me more confidence just throughout the summer and just, to head into this next year. So I think it was exactly what I needed at that point, which was cool.
Yeah.
So
I think we have time to talk about one more summer event. Camps.
Camps.
Camps. Dude, camps is
camp.
incredible.
Always good.
Always good.
Always get sick after, but that's all right.
I didn't. I got
I'm
sick
still
2
struggling
weeks
from the
after
mystery
camp.
sickness, bro.
I don't know where it comes from. I think it comes from
It's the water.
It's the foot water, yeah.
So,
from the water.
I
I
water.
didn't.
We
That's why I
had
didn't
this
get sick.
giant
I
water
didn't
war.
get in the foot water.
And the water is good for like 5 minutes, but then after that, everybody's feet has been in there. People have been wrestling in there. People probably been peeing in there too.
Ew.
About 15 minutes
My fault.
in, one of our students takes like the water gun, like draws the water out and sprays it in my face. Warm foot water. And I'm like 99.87% sure that's why I got sick. And I'm still like trying to get over it.
Pneumonia.
I don't think it's pneumonia. It's a mystery
It's a
virus.
black plague.
But
What about ammonia?
this was my first year at both high school and middle school camp of being like a cabin staff. And at this time, I think like all of July, I've been wrestling with the grace of God. And the biggest thing that I learned at camp was that the reality of ministry is really just a bunch of broken people coming together to make Jesus famous. Jesus, the one who isn't broken, the one that can put us broken pieces together. And when I realized that, shoot, I don't got to have it all together. Like, obviously, it's not good to stay there. But if you are coming into camp broken, even as a leader, that's perfectly fine. because everybody's broken in their own sense. We're all broken sinners, but as Paul says, like, praise be to Christ. Like, really just making Christ like the center, even as a leader, like, especially like after like coming up as a leader to the altar, like praying for students, and then having my own like personal time with God, just thanking God that even though I am broken, he can still use me, and that was just the biggest realization for me is ministry. We're just a bunch of broken people coming together and make Jesus famous.
Yeah. For me, the cool perspective was for junior high, I was a leader, cabin staff. And then for senior high, I was a student. And it's different and it's the same at the same time. I don't know how to explain it really that well, but I would just say for senior high, it was just amazing to kind of be there, especially as an older student. And, you're still kind of a leader almost. People still kind of will talk to you and want to just, pray with you and vice versa. You have them pray over you. And it's just so awesome to see people come together and just be on fire for the Lord. You drop everything down, you drop your baggage, your sin, whatever that is, and you just say, I'm just going to give it to God this whole week. And it's so awesome to see that. But then being a leader, what I really took from being a leader was just another perspective of ministry, and that's passion, even when you don't really feel it. That last day, you're kind of feeling it. You're tired. You don't feel well. You're kind of sick of your students. They're kind of annoying. But I think, going to like the meetings during the day and just seeing like everybody, you're just so excited because you're so excited to see someone's life get changed for Jesus. And everything else, whether that's sickness or you're tired, it doesn't matter anymore, because all that matters, especially when you're just sitting there praying over one of your students, is the fact that they're receiving the Lord. And just to see that passion, it kind of encouraged me, and also reminded me that not every day, and you're not going to feel good every day in ministry, but it's that passion that someone is taking a seat into the kingdom of God. They're getting that opportunity because you're sitting there and you're just allowing God to use you to reach them through him. It's amazing.
Like, you deciding to show up, just like, say you're feeling sick, like, you deciding to show up could be like the breaking point for a student.
Yeah.
Like, giving their life to the Lord.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like my mentality. Like, for high school camp, at least, like, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and it's just like sometimes it's a little hard to focus, but like getting through that and actually just like every time at altar and they'd call the staff people to go up, like every time I'll just like pray for like 30 seconds, like, God, like, get this thing off of my mind, and I just want to focus on you. And even just one life like being saved tonight just because of my mind being here, like, just give me that power, Lord. Like, that was what I was praying like in that time. And like your appearance could be life or death for somebody, honestly. Like, you never know it. That's just kingdom principles right there.
For me, I think just because it was the most recent, was that junior high camp was like a really big like point of my summer. And for me, it was a really weird position because I've never done junior staffing before. And next year I won't either, because I'll be in Brayden's position where I'll be a student for high school camp and then a leader for middle school camp, which, praise the Lord, that was the most exhausting week of my life. But when we got there on Monday and I was given my like jobs for the week that I was going to help and serve, I was kind of like, wow, really? This is what I'm going to do this week? Because I was kind of upset, which now I'm not. I'm happy that it happened, but I had to, what I was serving was I would be late to the evening service, which, if you don't know, that's like the big deal of the day. Like, that's when the Holy Spirit like really moves and everything happens. And so I had to be late to that, and then I had to leave early to go serve. And so I was like, wow, okay, I'm just not going to get to be a part of it. And that did end up happening, but it wasn't that bad. Like, I didn't get to go to the altar times, which I was a little upset about because I really wanted to see God move in the tabernacle. But the crazy thing about God is that he's not confined to a room, and he's not confined to the tabernacle. So in that week, I was the only junior staff going for our church. And so I was like, I'm not going to have any friends. But thankfully, the very first day I met this girl, and she is so sweet. And I just ran into her this weekend because she was in town, and it was a great surprise. But throughout the entire week, we kind of stuck by each other's side, and it was just like, it was so awesome to be able to see God move in us, even though we weren't the students there. And it was this really weird position for me because I would go to the like leader meetings, but then we would stick around for junior staff meetings. And our junior staff like director, she's awesome. I loved meeting her that week, and she really spoke into us that switching from being in the passenger seat to the driver's seat. And it was just crazy to see like what really goes into camp, and it's a lot of work, and it's all out of love. And then we're also told that what we do during the day goes into altar time, even if it doesn't feel like it. Like those connections we make go into altar time to help make them like be able to feel more vulnerable at that time. So that was kind of what I got out of junior high camp, and that was like really cool.
I didn't get to go to junior high camp, unfortunately, because I thought I was going to be working, and then apparently I didn't really work any of the weekdays. It was kind of unfortunate. But I did go to high school camp, and I think like two of the big things kind of that, I don't know, stood out to me there. I think one thing, it just opened my eyes to where like God wasn't as high of it. Like he wasn't my first priority. I think I wasn't saving enough time for him just in my life. And I think like since then I've definitely like made so much more time for him and just brought him out. Like, I don't know, like I'm thinking about him more throughout my day. And I think like I used to just like, okay, just at least read a chapter today. And now it's like, okay, now you got to like, that's like absolutely, that's not even bare minimum for me at this point. Like you need to do more. You need to set out more time for God. And just doing that has just been, it's been really cool. And just, I don't know, it's way more fulfilling, I guess. So just kind of doing that has been cool. And then I think, yeah, one wasn't one night about like, yeah, like the student or the campus ministry missionaries. There we go. Because like that had already been on my mind a little bit, but that night just further confirmed that that's kind of like, that's going to happen, I think, in my life. And I think I'm just going to have a lot of cool opportunities. So yeah, it was just a night of kind of convicting, but also like encouragement, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference between the devil and the Holy Spirit. Like, you know, like conviction, like sometimes it's tough, but it's also encouraging. Whereas the devil, like, dude, it's tough, and he also shoots you down. You know, like I've learned to discern between the two, especially the last couple months. But I think we're coming to a close here, guys.
For the last time with all of us on the pod, we have to end with pick it up and preach it.
No. Manny planned pick it up and preach.
No.
All right, Manny, you just pick who wants to go first.
All right. Okay.
Chips.
Oh my gosh.
What? Oh no. They're crunchy.
That they are.
Catch me here. So we kind of get an idea of what's in this bag. Right? Kind of have jalapeno flavored like chips. You kind of get a little bit of an idea, right? They're probably expired, but you have a little bit of an idea, like here. That's the Old Testament. That's like everything that points to Jesus. We don't really have everything yet in the Old Testament. But once the veil was torn, this is open. This is open. That's literally.
They're open now.
They're open now.
Sound really good to the mic.
That's literally what I was gonna go do.
Once the veil is torn, now we can fully see. We can fully see.
No.
We can fully see.
I want a crunch.
Don't do the crunch. I'm so sorry.
We can fully realize what's inside of this bag.
It's gonna be a 10 out of 10 crunch, bro. That was 10 out of 10. That was 10 out of 10 crunch.
Are you enjoying this, Jacobie?
ASMR, but that was 10 out of 10 crunch.
He's just gonna eat him now.
No. What is that? What's a pen?
Pen. Oh gosh. What are you writing down in your life? Are you opening this up and writing something down? Or are you staring at it and not using it?
Ooh.
You see, so many times in our life, we stare at this pen like it's gonna write for us. But sometimes we need to take initiative to start writing that story.
Come on now.
And you see, the Lord enables us with the pen, but we got to put it on the paper. And so every single day when you're in your word, when you're around people, are you writing with that pen? Or are you just staring at it?
Ooh, come on now.
Okay.
The worship leader clap.
Okay.
Come on now.
You ready?
Am I? Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna get hit.
Okay.
Duct. Oh, wait, actually, it's Gorilla Tape. So.
Gorilla tape. No, it's duct tape.
Extra
No,
strong.
I think it's the exact same thing.
No, it has a gorilla on it, not a dog.
Wow.
Sorry.
He looks happy.
Okay. There's like one obvious answer that I could go with here. And I think I'm going to go with it because Jesus is the tape that holds us together. Because I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Where am I stuck? Okay, be for real. But
Be so
when
for
when we're falling apart and there's nothing that holds us together, the super glue didn't work, and the Elmer's glue didn't work, and the glitter glue didn't work. The gorilla duct tape.
Especially
The tape is
Come
gonna
on,
work.
somebody.
Jesus is
Almost-
gonna hold us
almost bit
together.
in the
He's
heresy
the
there with the
reason for the
gorilla glue.
season. He is
But
the answer.
gorilla tape
That's
doesn't make it
relevant,
heresy.
bro.
Tape
That's
is good.
relevant, bro. Just look at some of those cars in Missoula. They got gorilla tape on their fenders, man.
And they're
Real,
staying
bro.
together. So Jesus holds you together. That's
Come
what
on.
I have.
Come on, somebody.
Sine.
So
Can I get a
The
hallelujah?
plant.
Oh, that's too easy. That's so easy.
I
Plants are
think,
easy.
bro. I'm not. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to think of
Yeah,
something.
don't give us like
I
Jesus
probably
helps
will.
us grow.
Don't revive a 2nd century heresy.
That's always
Well,
valid.
feel like
I'm
that's
trying
like
to think
the
of
bare
I might have
minimum.
to
Don't
cop
be
out.
heretical.
I'm trying to think. Hold on. Let me evaluate this.
Has anybody
Hold
ever
on.
been heretical in the pod? Like during pick up
Why
and
is it
preach
in
it?
2
I
pots?
hope not. Why
That's
is it?
my question first. Okay.
Preach about it. Preach about it.
Oh, dude, I'm struggling.
It's
Yeah,
a
come
plant.
on, somebody.
Bro, I might have to go like. I might have to
gonna
go
go
cop
generic
out.
You got it. You got it. Sydney.
Generic answer. Jesus is life. No, okay. Oh, bro, I'm struggling. I'm actually. This is not.
You
good
want a
for me.
hint?
Give me a hint.
Water.
That's a cop out answer, though, isn't it?
You want
Just
a
do
hint
it.
though, or maybe do something with the fact that the pot
Is it
in
a
the
pot?
the pot isn't really like fit into plant. I don't
Because
know.
we try to fit into the the world makes.
That's true. Oh, I was gonna go with something
no,
else.
do it, Sydney.
But
Do it,
like,
Sydney. Do it.
You know, okay, let's say this pot here is like, the hole in our heart before we find Christ, right? And we try to find all these things to fit this hole, to fill that void, but it never does. Nothing ever
Come
quite fits
on,
from the world,
somebody.
right?
Okay,
Like
okay.
this pot. You see this plant? It does not fit in there. It's just like awkwardly sticking
Why
out.
do you have it like that, man? This is in your
That's
office.
a great question. But
Bro, just catching it as
Jesus-
an awkward plant.
the Holy Spirit and Jesus and God, that fits perfectly. And that will fill that void. And not a single like edge will not be like,
Yeah.
I don't know, uncovered, I guess. Oh no, covered. Wait.
No, you're right. You're right.
Uncovered.
Wait,
There
what's
we
that
go.
thing they do
There
when
you go.
when
Just
they
not
have a
pick
good
up
message?
preach.
Is like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, fire. That's fire.
That's
I don't know. I
fine.
feel like I
good.
should raise it up like this. There you go.
That was good.
Thank you. Took
That
me a
was
little bit.
good.
Took me a
That was
hot
good.
sec,
Come
but
on,
we
somebody.
got there. Teamwork.
Man, I can smell those chips, bro.
You can smell those
too.
chips. You
They're
want some of these
strong.
chips?
Jalapeno chips.
Pastor Rachel.
Rackle.
Wackle. Padawackle.
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 That was like what, episode
Padawan
6,
wackle.
7?
Is that episode
What
6
episode
or
is it?
7?
It's
6, 7.
I think
sorry.
it is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I can't take it anymore.
what am I doing?
Yeah. You won.
I mean, I did get a little bit of help, but thank you. Thank you.
Like the bars, the bars
Hey, you
exploded.
didn't
Bars
even
higher.
use your hint though.
I didn't actually.
The bars exploded.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
As a group, I think we've grown a lot and we've done a lot together. And I'm happy that I've been alongside you guys and for this episode. But now it's time to say goodbye.
I'm gonna say
So
goodbye.
God bless everybody.
We out. Hold up! I thought we always ended with a prayer though.
Oh, guys,
didn't start in
it's
prayer
been too
either.
long. It's
Hold
been
on,
too long.
rewind. I think
One
the
person.
winner pick it up and preach
Agreed.
it should pray us out.
You got it, Sid.
Nah.
Here we go.
Sine.
Sine praying.
Sinead will
All
pray.
right, I'll start. God, I just thank you. Thank you for this day, Lord. Thank you for this podcast. And I thank you for all the people who just put their work into this, Lord. I pray that you would just take this podcast out into the world, God. Just pray that you would just touch people's hearts, Lord, and that they would just hear what you have to say to them, God. And that we would just bring more people to you, Lord. I pray just for all the people here in this room, God, as we kind of enter these new chapters in our lives, God. I just pray for your guidance and your strength. And I just thank you for the opportunities that you're going to give us, Lord. And I just pray over everyone in here. And thank you for this day and everything you've given us, Lord. In your name, amen.
Amen.
A little bit of a
Amen,
ramble,
For
but
amen.
it's
the
all right.
final time, Yaps for Jesus, first generation.
First generation.
First
Signing
generation.
out.
We out.
Bye.
Peace out.